Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Who's got money on the sidelines to buy more cryptocurrency if the price goes down? First of all, I guess you've got to expect for the price to go down further. Guys, we got Bitcoin here on the daily, and at this moment in time, we are kind of at the mercy of the rest of the economy. This is the S&P 500. We've got the Dow Jones, everything kind of seeming to rebound, maybe a little bit. I don't know. This kind of looks like a false flag to me. I think we are in for some more hurt. Just look at the world, okay? Forget the charts for a second, because the charts are just a reflection on how people are trading. And if you just think about what's going on in the world, if you think about how far away we still are from finding a cure to the beer flu, and also just look at the statistics of people getting sick and people dying of the beer flu. They are ramping up. We are still growing exponentially. So I do not think businesses are going to be opening anytime soon, to be honest with you. And thus, if businesses are not going to be opening, if people can't get back to work, this false Fed injection of cash is not really going to help. And so my theory, we could see lower lows. Crypto investors exhibit extreme fear, similar to the 2008 crash situation. And so this is what we're experiencing right now. The index has today hit a low of 10, a level last seen in August 2019, as well as in December 2018, when Bitcoin crashed to around 3,000. Let's bring it back to Bitcoin so we can see if there are any duplications in some of these chart patterns. So this article was mentioning August 2019. After we hit this top here back last June, Bitcoin hitting roughly 14,000 per BTC. We saw it come down. Then we saw it come back up again, but then we saw it come right back down, finding support once again. So investors were losing confidence at that point. The other time they mentioned was, December 2018. So you guys remember December 2018 when we fell off this cliff here? The support was really strong for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for a while, up until we just kind of plummeted. We fell off this cliff. We found basing for Bitcoin in the $3,000, $3,200, $3,500 range before coming right back out of that in March, late March, early April 2019. So this was one of the last times we saw that extreme fear index hit those levels, and same with August 2019. But extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried, and that could be a buying opportunity. The firm calculates the value of the crypto fear and index greed daily on a scale from 0 to 100. Near 0 levels indicate extreme fear, while near 100 levels suggest extreme greed. So, important to keep note, are we going to see more downward momentum? And you can take it or leave it. I mean, I'm not telling you to listen and to act on my opinion, because I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice by any means. All I'm letting you know is that I've got buy orders set up down low, not just for BTC, but XRP as well. Actually, let's just bring up XRP for a second here. And yeah, everything is really just following the beat of Bitcoin. But if we look at XRP and we put it back on the log, and we take it off auto, right? We can see that there are still some significant moves to be made. XRP found significant support back in 2017 in and around that 12 to 15 cent range. But even worse, we could hit maybe that 7 cents. So lots going on here. Matthew Liny on Twitter posted this, and so this with regards to the Bitcoin protocol. Bitcoin maximalists defending Bitcoin, saying how it could never be usurped essentially by an altcoin. And I mean, they've got a point in the article. However, I think what Matthew Liny points out here is kind of the most important takeaway. I'll just glaze over the article, but the Bitcoin protocol is not going away, but it will not be used by the central bank financial markets or startup fintech companies. XRP is a superior protocol. And so this just going on to talk about, somebody arguing that I would never touch Bitcoin because it's kind of like a antiquated cryptocurrency. It's, equivalent to the Netscapes of the world or the MySpaces of the world. And so this guy writes, well, if you see Bitcoin as a protocol, like a TCP, IP POP, IMAP, so on and so forth, instead of a product or a company, it will become clear that the next Bitcoin is highly unlikely, if not impossible. So using a technicality there, network effects are important. And then down here, a few other crypto analysts are saying, it's a project that's already built. It works. It has an 11-year track record. Many newer blockchains and smart contract projects are still in development. So, talking about a lot of these cryptocurrencies that are still in development. So let's not even take a look at the top 5. These guys are saying, well, Bitcoin will never be usurped by, I like always going to the 88th coin because it's just such a random number. And here we've got Seal Coin. And yeah, will Bitcoin ever be usurped by Seal Coin? Probably not. But here we're setting the bar very low. And I don't think that is to say that Bitcoin will be used by banks, financial institutions for payment protocols. That is XRP's position, their mandate. They've got a great team behind them, and they are going to be the future for payments. Matthew Lany also points this out. Ripple powers cross-border B2B payments for the Thai bank SCB. And so this just came out yesterday. As it aims to provide small businesses and enterprise clients with instant payments, Siam Commercial Bank of Thailand is poised to open up its customer cross-border payments app, which is powered by Ripple to companies. The financial institution has harnessed RippleNet earlier in 2020 to link up the bank partners globally, according to reports. SCB's SVP of Commercial Banking, Arhit Sriamporn, said in a statement, "Being part of RippleNet has helped us completely enhance our customer experience, expand our business, and keep SCB moving into the future." In addition, Ripple and SCB are at work on an open app based on quick response codes that would let tourists tap into their native country's app for transactions without the need to ponder exchange rates. This is where I think this is going to be really, really useful when people begin traveling again. Once this whole pandemic thing is over and done with, being able to just use an app and convert from your native currency and see what something costs in another currency. Right now, we pull out our phones and we use the calculator and we're like, hey, what does that really cost? Is it worth it? Should I really be buying this? It's easy if you're going to a country where your currency is worth more, but if you're going to a country where your currency is worth less, you're always kind of like, is this too much money? What am I really spending on this? Could I buy this back home for cheaper, right? So I think this is really going to be a game changer with regards to currency conversion particularly. It says down here also that SCB was also intending to grow in other countries like Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Myanmar. This Thai bank really kind of expanding with Ripple technology for cross-border payments, making sure that they are on the leading edge of technology moving forward into the 21st century. Boy, it's amazing that we've already spent 20 years in the 21st century, and I still feel like, we still have a lot to do moving forward into the 21st century with regards to payments in particular. First came the internet, right? Email, instantaneous videos you can watch on YouTube. You can send information, photos, all kinds of stuff very, very quickly. But that last piece of the puzzle is money, and it's been tied up in such a regulated space for so long. We are now going to open it up, and it is going to change the world. This from the Daily Hodl. So Crypto Whale moves 50,343 Bitcoin worth a whopping $320.9 million as 51 million XRP exits Bithumb. So somebody just moved some Bitcoin, 50,343 to be exact. The wallet that received the crypto has moved huge amounts of Bitcoin in the past. This suggests the owner of the wallet could be an exchange, a hedge fund, or a custodian or a trader who is constantly shifting funds for security purposes. And so you got to think, right? If you were back in this space right at the beginning and you were one of those whales, you've got all this Bitcoin, you are likely going to be shifting it around from here to there because it gets risky to hold that much Bitcoin on one wallet. And the same with other cryptocurrencies as well. Traders are also tracking a large amount of XRP here from the crypto exchange Bithumb to an unknown wallet. The whale in question moved 51 million XRP, worth about $8.7 million, for a fee less than a penny. The movement could be an XRP trader shifting funds, or Bithumb itself moving assets on behalf of its customers. I like seeing the large sums of XRP being moved because you know what that tells me, guys? 51 million XRP, you know what that tells me? That tells me that we're not the only ones in this space. There are big whales also accumulating XRP. Despite what Anthony Pompliano tells you, despite what Calvin Ayres tells you, or Craig Ayre, or whatever his name is, despite what Craig Wright tells you, there are people with deep pockets investing in that transformative cryptocurrency asset that will change the world in the future. The whale reports are a good sign of that. We've also heard in the past, Brad Garlinghouse mentioned that, Ripple did sell over-the-counter XRP to investors, not necessarily saying saying that they were associated with any particular bank or financial institution, but just regular investor types that wanted to buy large quantities and that didn't want to buy it over the exchange. So we know that there are people, whales out there, people with deep pockets that understand the what's what, who are also investing in XRP. And so these whale alerts, great for just keeping you excited about the fact that real people are also invested in this. And it's not just, 51 million. Well, I mean, I guess it could be just 51 million going from an exchange to a bank, let's say. But I have a feeling that it's not that. I have a feeling that we've seen too many of these happen at very distinct moments when the market was doing something very, very specific. So very, very interesting and astute observation. And this from Crypto Eri at Sentosumo Saba on Twitter. This is a big piece of news here. Binance made a bid to acquire CoinMarketCap. The deal could be worth as much as $400 million. And they're building, okay? These guys are building in this down market. This is the best time to do this during this crisis. If you have cash, I always say cash is king in a crisis. If you can keep cash aside, stockpile, if you're still working or you have some in your savings, keep it on the side, wait for an opportunity, and then pounce when the time is right. So Bitcoin and crypto world rocked by massive $400 million Binance bid for CoinMarketCap. That's right. CoinMarketCap, when you look up something very vague about cryptocurrency, what are the top cryptos or something like that, this is the website that comes up in the top results on Google. So the world's biggest Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exchange, Binance, is in talks to acquire popular crypto data site CoinMarketCap. It has been reported. The deal is said to be in its final stages and worth about $400 million. Let's go down here. The block reports the deal is expected to be announced later this week, and that CoinMarketCap's ability to drive a significant amount of web traffic is a major reason for Binance's interest. But some people are criticizing this. They're saying that it would be a conflict of interest because CoinMarketCap will no longer be impartial, but that it already doesn't have a good reputation among the Bitcoin and crypto community. Who would ever trust CoinMarketCap after this? A stake from Binance might likely work better than an acquisition to someone else, just defeats the purpose of having a balanced and neutral index aggregator. So some people suggesting that if Binance does indeed own CoinMarketCap, that they could fudge the numbers to their advantage, and that it defeats the purpose of having a neutral information data aggregator with regard to cryptocurrency volumes and circulating supply and all that stuff. I see pros and cons to this. I always find that Binance is on the up and up. They're one of those companies that I trust. They're one of those companies, when I was first starting to buy XRP in the height of the bull run, 2017, they were one of the only exchanges where I didn't have problems. I always keep them as my secondary exchange. I have an affiliate link in the description if you guys want to open a Binance account if you don't have one already. You don't have to use it if you don't want to, but I love Binance for that reason. They always kind of have my back, and Changpeng now seems like a decent guy. More importantly, though, I think that we are going to see, and Brad Garlinghouse mentioned this too, before this crisis began, some of the bigger players making big acquisitions in 2020. And we are likely going to see the crypto market shrink as a result. And when I say shrink, I don't mean by dollar value. I mean by the amount of companies that will be in the space, that will be running the space. So the control will be distributed amongst the top players. Some of the biggest companies in the space, Binance obviously being one of the biggest exchanges on, or rather the biggest exchange on planet Earth at the moment of recording. We also know Ripple in big with banks, financial institutions doing their part to help expand the XRP ecosystem. And guys, the market, what are you guys thinking? Do you have cash on the side? Are you still interested in cost averaging down? Do you have the money to cost average down? How's everybody's situation? Just on a personal note, how are you guys doing? Are you guys working? Are you not working? Are you worried about your bills? Maybe we can have a little discussion in this video. Put it in the comments. Talk to me. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.